Jonathan, great to see you. Thank you for doing this. I'm really excited about showing you some of your greatest goals for Canada and breaking them down. You ready for this?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, first one is a goal against Dominica in 2018. I believe your first home goal?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Okay, so when we play it through, I want to ask you about it and the finish. What do you remember about this goal?
No, this goal, I remember very well, to be honest, because this is when I used to play, not as a striker yet, with Canada. I used to be almost as a winger. So for me, we're working a lot with John about the triangles in the corner. So this one was me, Oso, and Fonzie, and just working the triangles together. And yeah, it was a great play. And when I saw Oso play the ball to Fonzie, I just seen, green grass in front of me, and I knew that if I got to that space behind Junior and Kava running in, that he could cut it back to me, and that's exactly what happened. And it's a good finish. It's
a great finish. So again, you're anticipating that Fonzie could do it. At what point do you think you're going to have to hit it first time?
When it comes.
Okay.
I knew even before the ball arrives that in this situation, I can only hit it one touch because there's Kava pretty close to me, and after I know there's defenders inside the box. So for me, one touch was my best option.
Okay. Let's go to the next goal. This is in the Gold Cup against Martinique, which again, I try to pick some of the goals that show different varieties, but this shows your pressing, but also your finishing skills. So when we play it through, what do you remember about this and anticipating the mistake here?
To be honest, I didn't really anticipate the mistake. It was just a situation where it was a hot day. I was pretty tired at that time.
Okay.
So that was what was going through my head running back. And after, when I seen the pass from the goalie and the touch from the defender, that's when I knew I had a chance to win it. And after that, it's a 50-50. I can win or lose it, but luckily I won it. And after going one-on-one against the goalie, it was just about taking my time and making the right choice. So for me, I just had the idea to just do a fake shot just to see how he would react.
Okay.
To make it easier for me, and he showed me more one side, and after I just shot to the other.
And do you learn that when you were younger, like just the patience there?
Hard to say, really. I feel like you just gain it with experience and seeing other players do it also, and you think, one day I'll try that, and just because of habit, really. It wasn't really something that I thought about before. It's just more instincts on the spot. That's what I did, basically.
Makes sense. The next goal I want to take you to is a fabulous goal. This is against Cuba at BMO Field as we play it through. This has everything. What do you remember about this one?
Yeah, everything. I remember making eye contact with Mac and making sure my run stayed on side.
Yeah, so if we pause it there, just to interrupt you, sorry, before he plays that pass, we can see that you're on side. And at that moment, are you able to make the eye contact and continue to know that you stay on side on the edge of the shoulder of the defender?
Yeah, so as I make eye contact and I know he's about to play it, that's when I start to watch the line. And after, when I know I'm on side, I just focus on the ball.
Yeah.
And after that, the ball was a bit more behind me than I would have wanted to.
Okay.
So that's why I make this touch, just to help me guide the ball forward. And after that, it's just instincts, really. The defender is coming in hard, so I take the touch around him. I keep running. I see the other defender there. I probably, in my head right now, I'm thinking, if I shoot this right now, he's probably gonna block it, because with the pace he's coming at, I don't think I can get the shot off if I don't fake. So there I just fake the shot, let him slide through, run through, and after I finish. And to be fair, I think it's a bit of a lucky finish, because I didn't want to go through his legs. I wanted to go around him, but went through his legs, and I'm happy he went in, because it makes a great goal.
You're humble as ever. If you call that a lucky finish, you think you probably earned the luck with the skill on the way.
Yeah, maybe, really, yeah, maybe. Maybe it was meant to be that no matter what, the goal has to come, so yeah.
Yeah. Let's take you to the next one. This is a World Cup qualifier against El Salvador. You're already up 1-0. But I want to ask you about this, because this is another different skill set for you, where it comes a little bit from a second phase of a set piece. But your heading ability here, we got another one later, by the way, with Tejon, another header I want to show you. But What do you like about this finish and anticipating the cross?
Yeah, so in that situation, when I see the ball to Tejan, I immediately turn around. And then if you see, before he's about to cross it, I just have a look at the goal to see where I am compared to the defenders and where there's space for a header. And after that, for me, I just try to be where I think the cross will come.
Right.
If it comes to me, then great, I'm ready for it. If it doesn't, then I readjust and try to make contact with the ball some other way. But when the ball comes, maybe it doesn't look so easy, but I felt that it was a pretty easy header to score because I took in all the information before. So all I knew was I was prepared for it. So I was pretty sure it was going to be a goal.
Right. I love that transitions to the next one, because you talk about taking in all the information, the reading that you have of the game, the intelligence that you have of the game is off the charts. I want to take you to the Edmonton game and the next goal, which you score against Costa Rica. It's actually one of my favorites that you've scored in this. I don't know if you think that, but this is about anticipation as well. Talk me through this, and in particular, your movements.
This one is quite funny because what you say is true, but I had some teammates tell me that I only scored this goal because I was scared to go in with the head with all the defenders and the goalie coming out. But in this situation, for me, I wanted to go in for the header, but I saw Victoria already jumping in with 2-3 guys. I said, if I jump too, what are the chances I'm the one that comes and wins it? So I just take a step back and hope the ball just falls. And luckily, it fell right to me. And after that, I just had to take a quick touch away from the goalie, compose myself a little bit, and then slide it to the open side.
Yeah, that there's nothing lucky about that, my friend. Like, that is you, like, anticipating that bounce is going to come, and you're reading the game when others are not. So did you tell your teammates the real truth there? Or
Of course I told them, but there's always going to be debate.
That's going to be a debate, but that was a big goal, no, at the time?
Yeah, very big goal. I think we were in a good moment during qualifiers, and we had 2 home games only that window, and I think Costa Rica was a very difficult game. In Edmonton, they were defending well. We didn't have a lot of chances. And this goal was massive for us, gave us the 3 points, and after we could focus on the next game.
Yeah, in Edmonton was the time when, my views don't matter, but was the time when I knew you guys were going to qualify for the World Cup. The next moment I want to show you is when I think everybody really knew you were going to do it. So let's take you to Honduras and this sensational goal, which is the next one on our list. I don't really want to talk about this. I think you should talk about this. This is a marvelous goal. Talk me through it the moment Liam Fraser makes the pass.
Yeah, so what people don't see in this is the view on me. And I was coming back, but I always knew where I was compared to the defender. And the defender in that instance was in front of me and I was behind him, but still onside because I was in my own half.
Yeah.
So as soon as Liam won that ball, I made a signal, made the run, and he played an incredible ball. And when the ball comes, it's a bit of a difficult one, but I know that I have to control it somehow.
Right.
I have to bring it down somehow because if this ball, I let it run, the opportunity's finished.
Yeah.
I get the touch on my chest, the ball goes a little bit up. I have to keep my momentum, so for me, the only touch I can do is with my head to keep the momentum going because I know there's 2 defenders running behind me. And as I take the touch, I see the goalie coming out and made my choice easy after that because I think if you stayed in his net, it makes it harder for me because I have to dribble more and then I have to make my mind up about what finish I have to do. But seeing him come out, I knew all I had to do was chip. And then when he comes out, my only thought at that point was just get it on target.
Right.
Get it on target, and after that, it's a goal.
I'm laughing because you say all I had to do was chip, but you do understand the magnitude of this goal.
Of course,
right?
I understand.
Like, can you explain to people who have no idea, or many of us who will never dream about scoring a goal like this, that when the goalkeeper comes out, and I pause it there, you not only have to chip him, but you have to do it on your left foot and get the right height.
Yeah.
No, like that the positioning, the way that you do this, and it's almost perfection. No.
Yeah. To be fair, like everything happened so fast that there's no really time to think. All that's happening right now is just what you've done basically all your life, what you know how to do. So in this situation, it's basically that. And obviously, when the goalie comes out, obviously there's the weight, the height that I have to put on it. But I feel like it's a situation that I've been in before, that I have to chip into a situation that it's something I've done before. So for me, it wasn't that difficult. I just knew that I had to put it on target. That's all I knew, because I knew that the goalie outside the box cannot use his hands. So if I put it high enough over his shoulders or anything like this, on target is a goal. So that's all I focused on, really.
Is it one of your favorites?
Yeah, for sure. For sure, I think it's up there with one of my favorite and maybe best goals with Canada, with the one against Cuba at home.
Yeah, yeah, great stuff. I want to show you the next one, because this is a different goal. This is in El Salvador, and this is late. And this requires more touches on the build-up to a goal than you've scored ever for Canada. Most of your goals are either one or two touch, but this is a lot of build-up. What are you seeing here in this powerful run that you do from your own half?
Yeah. So when I take my touch around him, I just know I have to go to goal as fast as I can, and trying to cut off the defender in the way he's trying to run. So I take a look on my shoulder to see where he's coming from, and I try to cut him off in that. And as I get closer to net and make my mind up about chip is what I want to do, I just take another look around me just to make sure I have the time and the space to do it. And after the chip didn't come off exactly how I wanted to, but if it's enough to go in, I'm happy with it. And I think, it was a great moment for the team, for myself, because it was a difficult game away.
Yeah.
And this, to make it 2-0 with 2 minutes left, we know we're about to win the game.
Yeah.
And I think it was maybe one of the best nights we had in qualifiers, because this is probably, you said you knew when we played against, was it?
In the Edmonton games.
The Edmonton game, but for me it was after this game, after we did the 9-point window.
Yeah.
I think this is when maybe all of us knew we were going to qualify. Just maybe we don't know if we're going to finish first or not, but we knew we were going to all qualify. So I think the atmosphere in the hotel after was amazing. We just had a great night all together.
Awesome. I picked this goal also because it's the longest time for you to start thinking about the goal. Like, a lot of yours are instinctive.
Yeah.
What is in your mind during those moments? Can you take us back to the moment you get the ball? Can you imagine what that finish will be even before you even get close?
No.
You have a lot more time to think. Right?
Yeah, no. As I'm running through, I see the goalie out, and there's a lot of things going on in my head. I think maybe I shoot now, when the goalie's still outside his box and I see he's not in his net, maybe I just shoot, curve it around him.
Yep.
That's what was going on in my head at first, but then I say, I have too much space, I have to continue just to make sure. And only as I get closer that I see him still far out of his net that I say, maybe chip is my best option here. Okay. And this is when I decided.
The next one is in Honduras, in what is best described as a swimming pool. And I know it didn't end the way you wanted, but I love this because it shows the run that you, and obviously your relationship with Kyle.
Yeah.
You have scored a lot of goals with Kyle in the team. Maybe you can just talk about being on the same level of him here and the mindset that you guys have in reading what you need to do for this goal.
Yeah, I think me and Kyle have a great understanding with playing with each other. I think we're always trying to find each other in the best possible situations. And in this moment, when he gets the ball, all I know is that there's a big gap between the left back and the center back. And this is where I have to go. And I try to get there as fast as I can, obviously, because the left back is trying to get back also. And then as I'm running through, I'm not sure if I told him something, hold it or wait for me, something like this.
Yeah.
But then I know he's waiting for me at some point, and I just try to take my time with the finish because I see the goalie coming out. And for me, I made my mind up as the ball's running through and the goal's coming out that I have to get it, to dink it just a little bit over him, and that's what happened.
It's a great finish. Let's go to the next one. This is CONCACAF Nations League semifinal, Vegas against Panama. I want to ask you about your movement here in attacking space. So let's play the ball out. Kamal Miller receives it on that left-hand side, and then let's pause it there. You got your hand up automatically there. You see that space. And as we played the ball through, is it the speed of the ball coming across your body? I want to slow it down because I think this is fascinating. At that moment, do you read it and go, this is a one-touch finish?
Yeah, it has to be, because I think I cannot control it because the ball is a bit ahead of me.
Yes.
The goalie's coming out, and the defender is still tracking me on that side.
Yes.
And to be fair, it's kind of weird, but I was like 100% sure that I was scoring this goal, just because I knew that I had to go through his legs. And I think in a situation like this, as you're running through and the goalie's coming out, that somehow his leg has to be open.
Right. And so you don't even need to look at him?
No. I think I do look as I'm running through. I think, take one look at the goalie.
Yeah.
But when the ball goes, I just know exactly where I am compared to the goal and where the goalie could possibly be. And after, the finish is relatively easy, I would say.
I again, open the debate whether it's an easy one, but your view there, and to tell other strikers, young strikers, is to keep your eye on the ball at that moment, no? Just as well, because you're not looking at the goalie.
Yeah, so I think it's always good to have a look at the goalie. Then when you know where he is, I think it's all about contact and focus on the ball.
Yeah. This is one for Copa America, next one against Peru, which is another sensational goal built from in your own half, where Kyle Larin does great again here. Talk me through this one as a fantastic finish.
Yeah, this one I think was a lot of work also from Jesse and what he wanted for the group, because this started maybe in training, in the warm-up games against Holland, France, Argentina. This is all things that brought us to this moment, because he's always saying that when we win the ball back, you have to sprint. You have to sprint and you have to go 100% towards the goal. And I think Kyle does a great job in protecting the ball, and then finding Shaf with a beautiful ball. At first I thought that he was gonna play me, because I felt like I was open, but I think his decision was even better, because it brought the defender on the other side to Shaf. And I know Shaf is fast, and he saw me right away. And now as I take this ball, I'm stretching a little bit for it, but I just feel like I have to touch it in a way that the ball lands in front of me. And that's what I managed to do. And after that, I just take a long touch. And as you see, when I take my long touch, as I took the touch, after that, I'm just looking at the goalie to see where he is. And when I know, I have my picture of him, I focus on the ball and the contact, like I was talking about the last goal.
Yeah. And
then finds the post and in. And I think, great goal, great moment for the team that set us up for the future in the Copa America.
And the first touch and the second touch allow you the time, no?
Exactly.
To scan.
Exactly, because if I take the touches too close to my body, I don't allow myself the time to have a look up and to know exactly what's going on. So those touches allow me to calm myself down and to know exactly where the goalie is and what finish I need to do.
This one, the next one is Nations League third place game against the US. Another, by the way, sensational goal. Let's talk through this. And when I interviewed you after the game about this, you automatically, without even watching it back, knew Tajon Buchanan's role in this goal. Can you talk me through it?
Yeah, of course. Because as I'm making my first run in the box when Tajon gets tackled, Ali gets the ball. Automatically, I check my shoulder. And the thing that makes these goals in my mind easy in a way is because I take the information before, so I don't have to worry about who's around me and what happens when I get the ball, because I already know. So it makes everything easier, and I just have to focus on the technique and getting what I'm gonna do right. So for me, that part is when I check my shoulder, I get the ball, I see Tajon making the run. So ultimately, I know as I take my touch, the defender has to honor the run.
Right.
And after that, I just find space inside, create my angle for the shot, and I see the far post open, and I shoot it there.
But for that, the amount of information that you were able to bring in and use to take in, to calculate yourself into that position I'm in awe of that, by the way. But can you also talk to me about your left foot? Because you scored a lot of goals with your left foot as well. That's what I think differentiates you here a lot, that a lot of players wouldn't want to necessarily go there on that left foot and back themselves in that position. And you've got so much confidence in it, no?
Yeah, I think it comes from when I was young, you know. I had a coach that was very, very straight and specific on being good with both feet.
Yeah.
Because to be a striker and to be unpredictable, you have to be good with both foot, because you cannot let defenders or let yourself be predictable for defenders. And I think it's a good thing, but sometimes also I think it's not the best for me, because I know I'm comfortable with my left foot. So sometimes I tend to go more with my left foot, or I don't have no problems going with it in situations where I think maybe the right foot would be better.
Okay.
So there's good and bad about it.
Yes.
It's just for me to find what's the best in this situation, and for me the best thing in this situation was to go on my left.
Yeah, that's a brilliant goal. I want to bring you back to the summer against Ukraine, and this is a goal that Tajon Buchanan gets a lot of credit for, as he should. But I want to pause it just before he crosses the ball in, and your movement in this position. So if you're looking at it from the Ukraine's point of view, you're the only one in the box. The two center defenders that are in the box, they've got a number of men backing up. And if we pause it there in that situation, if you're an opposition coach at that moment, I think you would tell me that you would not be expecting to concede a goal.
Yeah, for sure. If you see, I'm surrounded in the middle of 6 guys.
Yeah.
So in that situation, you're saying this cannot be a goal.
Well, so that's from their point of view.
Yeah.
In that position, as you scan that moment, what are you thinking at that moment before the ball comes in?
Yeah. As I'm running through, I just try to get as much as I can forward, and to make the defensive line drop. And as I see Tajon slowing down about to cross, I make eye contact with him, and that's when I decide to make the run in front of the defender, because I feel like that's where the bigger space is. And if it goes behind me, then unlucky, but
Yeah.
I just decide to go where I feel like he's crossing, and I feel like the most amount of space is, and I do make that run. And then with the ball, I can only use my head. And I know that to score it, I have to go there.
Right.
That's the only place I can go. And I think I even hit it better than I could have imagined, really.
Right.
Because,
So one of your best headers.
yeah, I think has to be the best. Because the defender is so close to me to get the flick right, and to get the ball into an area where the goalie doesn't even move, that doesn't even try to save it, I think it is amazing. And yeah, it was a great goal, great moment.
I remember when I did the game, I commented that it was the second header you'd scored for Canada, but both of them from Tajon. So it
Yeah.
must be a pleasure to play with him.
Of course. You know, we know Tajon, how good he is on the wing, how good he is in 1v1 situations, how he can create a situation out of nothing in himself. And after, I just have to be ready when he serves it. I just have to be ready and to give him an assist, really.
Yeah, because there's not many players in world football that have the ability like Tajon with the pace that he has to be able to get in those positions.
Of course, it's not given to every winger to be as fast, as direct, and as successful as he is going 1v1 with the ball. So I know that any chance he gets, I just have to be ready. So when the ball comes in, I'm there to score it.
Yeah. Jonathan, this has been a joy. Honestly, I hope so many people enjoyed the breakdown, going through one of the great goal scorers in the world and breaking it down. So we really appreciate it. I'll just finish with, regardless of whether it's one touch, two touch, many touch, left foot, right foot, header, what's it like to score goals? What's those emotions like when you score goals like this?
It's hard to explain the feeling, because in the game you're under so much pressure that, you know, when you score the goal, it's a mixture of relief, enjoyment, excitement. You can just take a time to to think about nothing else but to enjoy the goal. So yeah, for me, scoring a goal is always fun. It's always great.
Well, I know for Canada, whenever you score a goal is always fun and always great. So keep up the great work. We appreciate it. And thanks again so much for your time.
Thank you.